Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP podcasts. I'm one
Hello.
of your hosts, Jean Clemente. Alongside with me are three of my dum friends that are pretty decent. I'll keep them around. I'll start with a guy immediately to my screen right, guy in the red shirt and the pig headset, the person that wants us to call him names that only biological relatives should call him, CHUBAX.
Hello, I'm CHUBAX. You can call me Papa, and nice to be here.
Right immediately below me, the face of our show, RJ, aka Raymond.
Hey, welcome.
And of course, our fourth chair, all the way from the West Coast, waking up a little too early for these
Not
sorts of
sleeping yet.
activities on a weekend. Uh, the other daddy himself, Arnie.
Hello there.
If this is your first time jumping into our show, thank you very much for a review. We appreciate it. We hope that you press the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. But the plus 63 HP stable of podcast is where a couple of brochachos discuss week on week all the cool stuff out on the interwebs. We have three shows. On Tuesday, we drop our review show where we deep dive into one TV series and one movie most of the time. We give our thoughts, our opinions, so we discuss so that you can be more informed whether you should watch it yourself or share it with your friends and family. On Wednesdays, we drop our recording of our very first D&D campaign. So we're middle-aged dudes, never played D&D before. We finally have the contacts and resources to do so. So the past almost year, we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons every week and posting our adventures on our channel, and you can watch us go through all different skirmishes, discuss all different things on Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, we have a curated list of trailers, featurettes, clips, short videos that we react to. So you can see which ones we are hyped about, which ones we're going to bookmark to watch either day on date or in the cinemas or when it drops on video on demand. So if you like that, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you are notified when these videos are dropping. We're on YouTube. Just type in youtube.com/plus 63HP. Interact with us in all of the social media channels. Our handle is at plus 63HP. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. And if you don't want to watch us live, you don't want to see our faces, and you just want to listen to us while you're doing your chores, put us in the background, head on to your favorite podcasting service. Just search plus 63HP. We prefer Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. So housekeeping done. This week we have the finale of Halo, the TV series, to be discussed. We also have a very unique movie of the week, X, pornographic horror movie.
Horror.
But if you want to join our discussion next week, your assignment will be watching the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi dropping on Disney Plus. My God, we're gonna have so much content in the next couple of weeks. We'd love for you to join us. So, and in order to balance out the prospectively amazing show of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we need to have a more democratic, a more weird, a more controversial movie of the week to discuss next week, which is Jared Leto's and Sony's Morbius. I've actually seen it. So I seen it a couple of days ago. I was on Carflix. So those are our movies for next week. But this week we shall start. I'll turn over the stage to CHUBAX, who will be discussing quickly, like the last episode
Just quick
of
one.
Halo entitled Transcendence, and we'll rate it and discuss what we liked and did not like about the episode, as well as the series in general. So CHUBAX, take it away.
Yeah, so we start off from episode 8, Maki touching the artifact and having a shared vision with John, Master Chief, and which wreaks havoc on the base, enables her to escape with the artifact in a phantom ship, and John makes meets with the silver team again and finally convinces them that it's Halsey that's bad. Halsey escapes in her own ship, and there's a scene where the her assistant. I feel there's like a story there that's cut because like
They're trying. They're
there's
really
like
trying. This
no there's like
assistant was
a
molesting the
creepy
clone.
yeah there's like a creepy subtone with even with her and Halsey. Like he's like in love with her or something, but I wish we could have
100%
seen
in love.
yeah right. And then so Master Chief and Riz and Vanek try to capture Maki before she escapes but are unsuccessful. Kai captures tries to successfully gets into the ship and stops Halsey, which is another cool moment. Her running up, getting to the ship, which is taken down another peg by when she gets in, she takes off her helmet in a middle of a in the middle of a combat. So like, oh, it's almost there, but it always fucking me up with those things. Anyways, they crashes. Halsey escapes in an escape pod but's captured. Kai survives, and then we get to see Master Chief finally appreciating Cortana, working with her. He figures out where Maki was going, like the planet main base or something of the Covenant or something, and
The holy place.
convinces the General Keys to only send 4 of them, the Silver Team. We can do it.
We can
Yeah,
pause
silver.
there because the exact words
Silver
were,
team can
if you
do it.
send 10,000 Marines, 10,000 Marines will die.
Yes.
And then the next word is
What's the next word?
silver team can do it. Like that's a big leap.
No, no, no. It could make sense. You send Silver Team or the 10,000 Marines. I'm gonna side with Silver Team, but
Yeah,
we can send Silver Team and the 10,000.
exactly. And the thing is,
Right?
was it in the first episode they said, "Oh, one Spartan is equals 100 Marines." It
10,000.
so that means 10,000 will be equals what? 100 Spartans.
If our math works, yes.
Yeah, right.
But there must be somebody behind John saying, "We don't have the budget. Don't have the budget, fucker."
You don't have extras.
Yeah.
There's COVID.
So, so
The
anyways,
CGI is going to be difficult for 10,000 Marines.
so they get into this so Master Chief and the Silver Team do that another fantastic scene where they just jump off the Pelican, the Silver Team on me.
Yeah, that
and
was
they-
good.
and they
Superhero
jump.
pose, superhero landing.
Yeah, and then they land, all good scenes. And then they take it another step back with Master Chief being spotted because I mean I know it's not his fault, but he was stunned or like taken out because Maki touched the artifact, so he was like brought into the vision as well, so he was spotted. So it's like they could have done that so many ways. Like I know it's not his fault, but still him being the reason for them being
Mhm.
clocked was like
Yeah,
unnecessary and like
yeah.
bringing them down. But then we get a great action sequence here. I loved everything
Yeah.
here. The fight scenes was good.
Actually, yeah.
And
The
they finally wore
needler,
their helmet,
I know
and they have all their helmet.
nobody took it out. And then nice. It's actually a little too quick on the edits where they go to the first person and then they go out. I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but
they
it's a little
haven't.
too fast.
I've been, again, in preparation of this podcast, I was listening to other podcasts how they talk about the range of Halo, and it's I think it's consensus is they haven't gotten the
Sweet
first
spot.
person down, like the
Mm.
look of it and the transitioning from first to third. So you wanna give the fans what they want. You wanna get the video game portion aspect of it, but yeah, they weren't really able to make that transition smooth, and even like the warping of it wasn't
Mhm.
that particularly cool.
So hopefully those things they can improve on. But we did get a nice action scene. So and then the iconic Halo music started to beat, and Master Chief was kicking ass, and it was so good. And then we also see him get I do like the kind of twist here where they're showing that Master Chief himself can save all 4 of them, the Silver Team, but
Yeah.
he can't take out the artifact because if he touches it, then he's
Killed.
taken out.
He'll be transported.
So it's not like he's weak because he's sacrificing himself to Cortana. It's just that the matchup was bad with the artifact. And then we get so he sacrificed himself. Cortana takes control, and he's able to escape with the artifact and the silver team. But Maki was shot by Kai, and
So is
the-
Maki dead?
Looks like it.
I saw I read an interview where somebody said, "Is if she's dead," and then the showrunner or the writer said like, "Well, we don't know, but I'll just say this: Kai is a good shot or an expert shot." So I don't know, probably dead, then. Or maybe she's living on in the artifact or something. I wouldn't be surprised. So we end with the scene where Master Chief's in the helping doing, they're all trying to stabilize Riz, and they're able to help her. And then Kai's trying to talk to Master Chief and he's not responding because it's Cortana in control. And
Why can't I mean, that's the other question that I have. Like, Cortana can speak. Why can't Cortana say like,
I think
it's actually Cortana, not Master Chief?
I think she's like maybe hesitant, like she didn't wanna poke them or something. But yeah, the scene's just making me more like they don't have to show the faces too much. They can just do the Iron Man scene, to show the
Yeah.
faces,
That's
not to
right.
take off the helmet. Because every time they take off the helmet, it's just like
It takes you out.
egregious. It's just egregious for combat
Yeah.
readiness, combat efficiency. Just like
Yeah.
guy,
Just
doing
like
that
when,
so amazing jump to the ship, busting in, and then fucking taking his helmet. I'm like,
yeah. And then depressurize the craft, and they're like, "Oh, I have to put on my helmet again." Like,
and like, oh, you can discuss your emotions while having the helmet on. Like, God.
Yeah. And even when they were flying to that planet, there was like a, like a fancy. They can't be. They can't deviate their course, and then all of a sudden, the ship was falling apart. Like, I think it's time to put on your
I
helmets.
know that scene also. There
Yeah, I agree.
should be. There should always 100%
100%.
combat ready. So it's like, oh my god. And then the good scenes are the ones that like kill me because it just emphasizes how the not wearing the helmet thing is bad. It's like the last scene, the last sequence was so cool because Chief wasn't speaking and he was just moving, and then the scene where Kai was talking to him like, "Chief, are you okay?" And then he just looks like the no speaking. It's like more of the Mando style.
Yeah.
It looks so good, it feels so
Yeah.
good if he was like
And
that.
it feels
It's
more like the video game, because in Halo 1 he never spoke, right?
Yeah.
If I remember
So
correctly.
he speaks, but he just doesn't speak a lot.
Mm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, but again, the episode was a lot better than most. So yeah, what you guys think, Jong?
All
Let's start
right,
with you.
let's give everybody a chance to. Let's start with the episode itself. What do you guys think about the episode, and then we can close out on what we think about the series and where do you guys think we will be in second season? Let's start with you, Arnie.
Well, so my reaction after watching the episode is like, is this the finale? Because it seems like it was a two-parter. So are they going back to Reach, or are they going to follow the Covenant or whatever? Or it might lead to basically the events of Halo 1. So I don't know. And yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
Jay?
They're gonna take the battle back to Earth or to home planet.
Reach.
And
Mm.
yeah, so that's basically the next part. They're gonna rush back. They're gonna try to, defend as much as they can, prepare for the onslaught that is the Covenant.
I think actually
Um,
I think they're gonna chase them into to Halo.
Mm.
That's what I think.
Oh, could be, but they didn't reveal the star map yet. So that's one thing you have to realize. No, they weren't able to get the complete star map, and at the moment, Master Chief.
I thought they did, didn't they?
No,
No, it was
they
incomplete.
weren't able to because
Oh.
Kai shot Maki.
They need, they thought, well, that's the thing. They thought that
I thought the
Maki
prophet
is
said they
dead.
got it. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna miss
Yeah,
it.
they still need Master Chief.
They
So-
still
so-
need Master Chief to
yeah.
get the.
So basically, it's kind of like the Force Awakens. So R2's lamp is missing a piece.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're really gonna
No,
battle.
but what did you think of the episode?
Oh, it was. I actually liked this episode
Yeah.
more because it had more action
Mm-hmm.
and no Quan Ha.
Yeah.
Oh my
At
god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god.
no
I forgot
breaks.
about her.
Yeah, and then
I
this
know, which is-
episode is it's the most Halo episode.
Yes, yes. It basically washed the bad aftertaste of Quan Ha.
Yeah.
It's like finally we're back to the main story, which is the main reason why I'm watching Halo in the
And
first
it's actually
place.
quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it was quite interesting. You know, there was parts of betrayal, there was parts of still there's love in there. Then you have loyalty being questioned, then you have action. I like that it has different angles.
Yeah.
But of
There's-
course, the very episode itself was finally showing what we were so excited on and hyped about
Mm.
during the trailers. Silver team on me.
On me.
Jump out. Dude. Damn, finally that came out. I was like, whoa, they waited till the last episode.
Like
But it
the
was
budget.
it was great. Finally, this was for me. I felt I was watching Halo.
Exactly. Yeah.
This brought me back. This brought me back. And now I want to see second season. As long as they, forget about the deuterium money. I give you all the money from all that, rebellion. I have to start doing what my father did, God, that was just so sad. That was such a sad attempt. I'm sorry. Paramount Plus, that was really bad. Huh. But yeah, action, awesome.
Yeah, I like the episode, and like I said, episode 5 and episode 9, where they provided a decent amount of action with a
Mhm.
decent amount of story, is a good template for them moving forward. But looking back at it too, I'm not even a Halo fan, and I realized that they missed an opportunity for the Fall of Reach with the last
Yes.
episode.
That's why I
Right.
was thinking it's not the last episode. It's like
Because you showed the fucking town, so
Yeah.
I don't know the all the lore of Fall of Reach, but that could have
Mm.
been a nice start to the episode, like Reach being attacked and then
Yeah.
them doing the things.
Yeah, I just
out-
don't think
out
they
on
have the
planet.
budget yet.
like
Yeah,
or
and I realized that too. That like,
Yeah.
all right, so maybe they're saving that for the end of
Yeah.
season 2 or end of season 3, whatever.
they could have
um,
just a cliffhanger on that one. Like the
Yeah,
Reach was
yeah.
being blockaded by all these
The-
Covenant stuff. Yeah.
The action and stuff was great. I love the very basic conversation about the customer, because I hate it when the good guys are dumb on who is the actual enemy. So
Mhm.
now you're figuring out who Halsey is. People are like explaining what had happened. They're trying to fix it. So they're still, upset with the UNSC, with the other Halsey, or Keys, Major Keys,
Mhm.
because they were part of the kidnapping and whatever. So, I like all of that part. The thing that I kind of missed now is that's 2 episodes out of 9 episodes that were above average. So
Mhm.
all in all, I'm looking at this as you gotta stick the landing on the season finale. And although it was good, although I enjoyed the action, I like you're showing the running part and running after the plane part. It's a little above CW effects, so I appreciated that. So it's like, okay, it's good enough. But this is the season finale, and I'm not in pain. I'm not clamoring for
More
the
episodes.
next episode,
Yeah.
right? So and
If it comes, it comes.
if it comes, like
Yeah.
I don't care. Next year, sure. 2 years from now, all right. Like I don't care. And the thing that had this a disadvantage for me too is like I watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode 2 and then
So
this
good.
Oh no.
straight. And then I realized like it
Uh,
doesn't need to be effects heavy. you can make all of these very simple, and you have all the awesome assets. I have been researching a little bit around the music, because like one main complaint of it's like you have the most hype music in all of video game history,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of issues regards to using it. That's why they only use it twice the entire series, because it's very, very expensive for them to use. So okay, that's fine. But you're not bumping the music. Pablo Schreiber, as awesome as he might look, he is nowhere near a star that can carry a TV show. There are clunky moments of the enemies. There are good moments of the enemies. Like none of this is speaking to me as like this is a dope show. It's an okay show, which is highly disappointing for me for a title like Halo. While I'm watching fucking Strange New Worlds with a mishmash of characters from old and new Star Wars with no context at
Gotcha.
all and impressing me every step of the way. It's like shit. So it's not about the budget. It's not about the CGI. It's really about the decision that they made in the story. But again, it's like an okay episode for me. I enjoyed it. So let's about CHUBAX. Let's start the
No,
discussion with you about this episode and the entire series itself.
Before you jump though, should we also do a review? I mean, it seems like Star Trek is doing something pretty awesome. Should we do that as well?
It's just a lot of episodes.
That's true though. We
Yeah.
do have a lot
We
of
can
work
do like
to do.
I'm thinking we can discuss a season end
Like a
review of
summary.
season one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like thoughts of season one, because that's fun.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fun
Yeah.
too.
hey, you have to catch up with Stranger Things too.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
so
true.
much content.
coming up on Friday
So
too.
much
I
content.
know. No, we don't need to do that live like Kenobi. Let's just wait for RG to catch up,
That's-
and then.
Because I missed the last one, so
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 8 episodes though.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I'm down one, so
The
Seven.
last one is the one I introduced Maya Hawk, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I've seen it.
Yeah. So
It's been a while.
So for me, yeah, it was an okay, pretty good, not pretty good, just good episode.
Mhm.
It's still giving me that like that tease that of what it can be. So I'm like, I'll give it another shot. Like second, I'll wait for the second season premiere, and then after that, I'll if that if that's not a 9 for me, I might just watch this whenever. I might pass on it. Like I'll watch it on the background anymore like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So for me, I'll start rating it. This episode was like an 8, and the series
Mhm.
for me is a 6.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
that's my ratings for it.
That's good.
awesome.
8 is and the series again is what?
6.
Six.
6. Okay, Arnie.
The same as CHUBAX. The episode is an 8. It only lost 2 points because of the stupid helmet removing, and
I don't know why they do that.
and to be quite honest, I kind of feel like they wasted Maki. It could have been like they could have kept her longer instead of Kwan Ha, because Maki was interesting, but
Yes.
now it's like all the setup, and then no, she was killed. Okay, whatever. But yeah,
I think
and
she'll be
then
back in some capacity.
I think she'll probably be like a ghost or something like
Like a
that,
Cortana.
or like a Cortana like character.
Or yeah, I think her
Um,
consciousness will be in the artifact or something.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. But
But she was
for the
holding it when she was
series-
killed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then for the series, yeah, a 6. A big minus was just like it was only Halo in the end.
Yes. And I guess the
Fine.
start.
The start and then the episode 5.
Yeah.
The rest were just like Naruto filler episodes.
Yeah, yes, right. Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Jay?
Same episode. Ending episode was 8. I enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable. I like the action. I like the fact that Halsey still. Sorry, Halsey.
Yeah. I was
Halsey,
like, how
right?
they call
Yeah,
her so
Halsey.
fast?
Halsey still.
Halsey?
still alive.
That was called. I knew. I think
like
she has
that.
like
I
plenty
like
of
that.
clones running around.
Yeah. That's pretty
Somehow
awesome.
Halsey returned.
But the fact that she was able to outsmart Kai, I guess she's smart. Yeah, okay. Halsey's smart. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, I enjoyed it. That episode was great. It's good. That's why rating rubrics wise, it's 8. But in all totality, it's really a 6, man. Only if you're bored, I'd watch it. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's don't get your hopes up. Don't think about the video game and then
Yeah.
expect
So
it
hard.
because it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm a little harsher on this. I enjoyed the last episode. That was fun.
Hmm.
Like, I so give it like a solid 7. But all in all, the series for me is a 5 because again, it's supposed to be a 6 for me. Like, it's solid, it's above average, it's okay. You can watch it whenever you have a time. It's free, it's on Paramount Plus, whatever. But all in all, it lost a point because it did not lean into the sci-fi aspect of it.
Yes.
Like it could have, like, I love what CHUBAX mentioned a few episodes ago, where this could have been a sci-fi band of brothers, and that would have been way cooler,
I know.
way simpler. So they didn't do that, and they didn't do a good enough job pulling from the lore. Right? They're changing so many things in terms of the video game, so they actually got dinged on both ends. So if you're going to depart from the video game, depart from the video game.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Right. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna depart from the video game, make sure it's just a solid sci-fi show. And I think it isn't. Like right now, Expanse is still way better, and that's on a worse budget, on a worse channel. So I'm deducting more points around from them, but that doesn't mean to say that it's bad. Like, it's still, hey, you still see aliens being shot. There's a bit of cool gun fu. There's some cool factions here and there. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, if you're gonna watch it, you're not gonna waste too much time around it. But
Sorry, just to
Yeah.
add to what you said,
Mhm.
plasma grenade.
Yeah.
we only saw that once, right? In the end,
I
Yeah.
know.
she
Yeah.
got stuck. Like it was, Riz got stuck.
Yeah.
I know. That's Chubax's favorite, attempt whenever you
Plasma,
play against
baby.
him.
Plasma grenade with a pistol.
I like it. And then when Vanek pulled out the needles, like,
Yeah.
that's not a great gun though.
Yeah.
So, all right.
No.
No,
Yeah,
it's fun.
So I
Fun.
guess, like,
he likes weapons.
so like, am I going to pay for Paramount Plus for the show? Maybe not.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, so that's a good point,
Measurement.
Arnie, because like
Yeah.
right now, if I had to pay for Paramount Plus, and my number one reason is Halo, I'm a dum dum. But if I get Paramount Plus, I get Discovery, Strange New Worlds, and then
And Picard.
then it becomes a little bit more
Compatible.
Worth
useful
it.
for me.
Yeah.
right? So that's why I figured, like, I didn't really think about that. Like, this again, this will not carry Paramount Plus for me.
No.
Not at all. So, but the combination of all the Star Trek and Halo
Yeah.
makes it a little bit less painful.
It's a nice to have, but not required.
Like you'll sign up for HBO Max for Game of Thrones for a little bit, but yeah,
Peacemaker.
Sure.
I'll pay for HBO Max for Peacemaker.
there you go.
That's
Disney-
true.
And then Disney Plus for all the Marvel and Star
Mm.
Wars.
Yeah,
So-
Disney Plus is a sunk cost. It's like,
If you were to compare, I know very different.
Mhm.
Would you rather recommend Reacher in Amazon
ooh,
Prime or
Mm.
Halo and Paramount Plus?
I would recommend Vox Machina over Halo.
Of course.
Skelly!
That's a good question. I actually enjoyed Reacher far more than
Yeah, I would have
Halo.
gone with the
Yeah.
Reacher.
Reacher. Yeah. Or
And I'm a big Halo
or-
fan.
Maybe because the expectations were quite different.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
true.
Yeah,
I also
yeah,
had some-
yeah. I think
And,
it's
And the thing is, like, if we're just following video game properties, so Witcher, Halo. I haven't played Witcher, but I love the show. Versus Halo, that I played the game and I was like, "Ugh, that's not the game." So yeah,
I'd go for Witcher, man. For me,
Yeah.
I've finished
my God.
Witcher 3
I mean,
thrice or something.
just give me Henry Cavill and what's her name, the
Freya
the
Allen.
kid,
Oh,
Yep.
Freya.
Freya.
Perfect name.
Yuri,
Perfect
uh,
name.
Heck,
Yeah.
even Anya is nice too. Jennifer.
Well, okay, that is our discussion of Halo Episode 9, the season finale, as well as the season itself. We are going to move towards our oh, go ahead.
MVP.
Ooh,
Oh. Mm. Definitely not
Arnie.
Kwanha. Definitely not
Not
Kwanha.
Are you sure?
not
Uh,
fun,
you know, I'll give it to Master Chief. I'll give it to Chief because
Okay.
you know it's very limited, limited choices.
Yeah, winner by default.
Yeah,
Winner by default. Agree.
That's
Agree.
true.
like a far second will be maybe Maki. Maybe.
I'll go with Kai. I kind of liked her after the poll.
I
yeah,
did a lot of emotion. I
Yeah.
loved her facial expression.
I was gonna go to Miranda Keys.
Oh yeah,
She was the one
Miranda's-
actually just doing her job.
I also like
Properly.
Cortana.
Oh, we're
Cortana,
talking.
yeah.
I was actually gonna vote for Cortana. Well done for the Cortana bit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Give it a year and see what happens with season 2. Maybe they'll learn
Yeah.
some stuff. Maybe they
Yeah.
didn't.
And I think they're
But,
getting new
um,
showrunners.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
That
Like,
could be a good thing.
do we know if the Kwanha storyline is done?
No, it's coming. It's still there. I think.
We'll do a petition.
Oh,
Well, I don't mind her. It's just that I didn't like what they did
the
with her.
character. Yeah.
No, not
yeah.
the character.
So-
For me, it was the plot. Like she was
The
too.
plot,
They
yeah.
made her too angry for a long time, and then unnecessarily trying to fix the rebellion. And that
Yeah.
plot didn't really matter. But let's see if they can make her useful.
She'll come back with a particular use. All right. Let's head to our main topic for discussion, which is the movie X. And before I turn over the synopsis and discussion to RJ, bit of a film stats. So X, a 2022 film written, produced, and directed by Ty West. If you guys don't know where Ty West comes from, that is fine because he does he hasn't
That
had
is a
like
bad
a
start.
big filmography of stuff. Like there's the Cabin Fever too, the House of the Devil. So, but he has a lot of horror roots. I think much more interesting will be the people that starred in the film. So I'm gonna start with Brittany Snell, the blonde girl. Does anybody
okay.
recognize her for somewhere aside,
Perfect.
or were you just
Pitch
watching her
Perfect.
boobs?
It's perfect.
There you go.
I think John Tucker must die. I think we should there.
Yeah, she did
American
Pitch
Dreams.
Perfect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Lots of John Tucker Must Die, Pacifier.
She was in
uh,
American Dreams. She was a crush in American
Yeah,
Dreams.
she has range because like in Pitch
Yeah.
Perfect she was like this goody two shoes and now, or a mean girl, but now she is an amazing pornographic actress. The other one that I wanted to highlight is who knows who Scott Mescudi is?
No, the guy. Which one is he?
Is the black guy familiar?
He is.
Is
I
that
just-
Dynamite?
I don't know.
Is
where.
that there was a movie Black Dynamite or something like that
Let me see if he hasn't been in any other films that are oh, he's been in a lot of films.
Mhm.
Ex creator Don't Look Up, named my okay.
Don't
so he
Look
has-
Up. Oh yeah.
no. So Scott Mescudi, also known as Kid Cudi,
Oh, that's Kid Cudi.
rapper
Okay,
Kid Cudi
okay.
with amazing discography, is the man born for this role, born for this job. I think he did a good job. So I like so
Yeah,
that's
Don't
Scott
Look
Mescudi.
Up.
Yeah.
Need for Speed. The harder
Okay.
they
Yeah.
fall.
Everybody knows who wait, Martin fuck, I lost my tab. So Martin Henderson, the producer, he is a New Zealander, but he's been in a lot of different movies as the face, right? You know, he's a Flyboy, Slowfish,
Oh.
Bride and Prejudice, Wind Talker. So he's been a
Oh,
while.
Been around.
I was gonna
Um,
say
and
okay.
and I purposely left Mia Goth, who played two roles in this
Yep.
movie. She is
Played
both the
Maxine.
fiance of the producer, right?
Maxine.
She is also Pearl, the old lady.
Pearl.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
law-
that-
What? Okay.
um,
They actually
other
they
Yeah.
filmed a secret prequel back to back.
oh,
What?
So
so
yes,
they're going to be a prequel movie.
Pearl.
Is it the guy in the basement?
No, it's gonna be like in the 70s or something. Pearl, or 20 years before Pearl, 40 years
When
or
she
50
was
years
still
ago,
Oh,
dancer.
okay.
when she was
Okay.
her story.
Oh, that's
Okay.
very interesting. All
And
right. So
actually,
that's
we didn't watch it in
that's
cinemas,
X.
but in North America, the post credits was a teaser trailer for Pearl.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So the budget of the
And you
movie.
forgot Jenna
Oh,
Ortega.
you forgot one more person.
Church mouse.
Pretty Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh
Church-
shit! Jenna
Church
Ortega.
mouse.
Church
Totally
mouse.
forgot. Jenna Ortega was there. Scream, right?
Scream
so each back to back.
2022.
So
Yes,
in
they-
2022, you both have Scream and X. So that's cool.
Disney, right? She was a Disney girl.
Mostly a Disney girl. Lots of TV appearances in like Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous. She's a voice there too. Princess Isabel for
Elena of
She's
Avalor.
in Babysitter Killer Queen.
yeah.
I know.
Netflix.
Netflix.
The
Babysitter.
Fallout. Yes, they Studio 6666. Oh, so she's been doing a lot of like scary stuff. So all right, that's cool. All right. Just wanted to highlight that this movie is only 106 minutes. So that was the super like 66 minutes for a movie. Oh no, wait, 86 minutes for a movie is kind of great for me. And a budget of $9 million. And a
Not
box
surprised.
office, yeah, right? And a box
Budget.
office of
How much
$13
would
million.
be there?
They spend it well compared to Pirates.
Yeah, right? It looked really, I think it was
Not bad.
beautifully shot, but we'll discuss that as we go along. So those are the stats. Jay, take us away on the beats of the movie and we can discuss along the way.
All right. Plot from Wikipedia. This goes from 1979. An aspiring pornographic actress,
1979.
Maxine Minks, embarks on a road trip through Texas with her
That's
producer
Mia Goth.
boyfriend, fiance Wayne, fellow actors Bobby Lynn and Jackson Hole.
Her eyebrows
They
just
also
throw
have
me
their-
off.
What? Which one?
Who's the
Maxine's eyebrows just throw me off.
I like
Oh,
that.
yeah, because it
Oh.
was
That new, that
It was-
blonde, very thin eyebrow. I liked it. It worked for me.
It
throws
was
me
weird
off.
in the beginning, but it worked later on. Yeah, after the lake bath part. Yeah. But anyway, they were also traveling with their director named RJ, and RJ's
RJ.
girlfriend Lorraine.
RJ.
Jenny Ortega,
RJ.
to shoot an adult film for the booming theatrical pornography market. So Bobby Lynn and Jackson strike up a romance, while the religious Lorraine is unimpressed with the film's content and RJ's attempt to make it seem like a serious cinematic piece. So the group travels. They arrive at the farm of Howard and Pearl, elderly couple, whose guest house was where the group wanted to do their nasty but artsy, well done film. The Farmer's Daughters was the title. Oh, such a poor
I
film.
loved it.
Howard is temperamental towards the group, brandishing a shotgun. You know, they thought that it's gonna
Red
be
flag.
I
That's
know,
like
right?
number one.
I would have left right out, you know. While Pearl was silently stalking Maxine from the window. Weird.
Pearl was very horny.
Yep.
Very.
Very, very hard. Yeah. As filming commences without Howard's knowledge, the husband, because while he's away, they decided to take a shot. Maxine is so that was the first scene was basically with Bobby Lynn and Jackson Hole.
Mhm.
The story of the porn goes Jackson Hole gets a broken vehicle, wanted to borrow, a
As
telephone to
classic as
call him.
classics go.
I know,
That's
right?
like the best.
But my daddy's not home. Maybe when he's back, he can give you a ride to town. Would you want to come inside? Ooh, yes, please. So
He
he
didn't
goes
come inside.
inside.
He came in the back.
Oh, no. I mean, inside the house. But you never know. Maybe there's multiple scenes.
That's true. You know what? Yeah.
Right? You never know. You never know. So anyway, the film commences without Howard's knowledge. Maxine is invited. She goes to the lake, does her swimming. I love what she was wearing. She was just wearing denim overall
Yeah.
shorts
Overalls with nothing inside.
with
It's cool.
nothing
Yeah.
inside.
Nice
I
shots.
know.
Nice
Like,
shots here, especially in the lake.
I know.
Nice
I love
and
the aerial shot of the
Mhm.
lake and how she was on the right side of the screen. And later on, as she goes to the middle, you've got this little alligator, not really little,
Trying to follow. Like,
eating alligator, crocodile chasing after her without her knowledge, jumps back up into the pier. She also didn't notice as she was stripping, Pearl was in the background observing her. So anyway, she eventually gets invited into the home by Pearl, the couple's home, where they had a conversation. Pearl laments her age, saying that she's jealous because Maxine's young, she's sexy, and Pearl, being that elderly woman, approaches and makes an advance towards Maxine.
mhm.
She touches her just below the side boob,
Side. Yep. Boop,
right?
boop. I
And
think that
then
was
the
the
Max-
creepiest part. That's like this is a horror, like a slasher film, but for me, the scariest part when Pearl said, after poking Maxine's like, it's gonna be our little secret. Shit! You touched me. It's our secret. Shit's going
Oh my
down.
goodness. It was really more of like, what you doing? Obviously anyone would snap like, excuse me, right? She later and then so Maxine heads back out since it was a secret because the husband Howard shouldn't know that she was visiting, that she came over. So she ran back, and the first horror moment was when she slammed into her boyfriend. Wait, where are you going? So that was a jump scare right there, and then she gets ready for her scene, snorts some coke, and gets ready to have her scene in the
Barn.
in the what do you call that? In the
The barn.
barn, yeah, in the barn where the cows, supposedly being milked. And so she was saying that, he met her sister, and daddy's home, but he's tired. You
Mhm.
don't want to wake up daddy, but maybe I could give you a ride. Wink, wink.
Or more correctly,
Such a good writing.
maybe I can ride you.
Yeah, probably. That's basically it. So she goes, does the dirty with Jackson Hole.
Scene
And-
2 with Jackson Hole. All right. All right, Jackson.
I know, right? Jackson's pretty awesome. And she didn't know that Pearl was basically watching from outside. So as she was doing all that, she saw Maxine with Jackson, and obviously Pearl seemed to be very aroused. Why? Because she also kind of copies the makeup of Maxine.
Oh yeah.
And then Pearl pleads with Howard, the husband, please have sex with me. And he refuses because, oh, my heart is too weak. I can kill everyone, but my heart's too weak for sex.
Yeah.
Dick move. Anyway, the night falls and the film crew relax in their, guest house. Lorraine, keen to shed her reputation as a prude because RJ was being, since when were you a prude, Lorraine? Little church mouse suddenly was intrigued by the film and questions basically how Maxine and
Wayne, right? Wayne.
Wayne, yeah, and Wayne are so in love, and yet Wayne could watch Maxine with another man,
Yeah, yeah.
and they justify, well, it's just sex. Maybe you don't have a choice who you have sex with, but you choose who you can love.
I like that scene, of course. It's kind of
Yeah.
like what's happening nowadays. Like, sex is just sex and love is different. That's fine. But it was kind of like a quick turn from it was
Dude,
only what, not even a
fucking
day ago.
quick turn. No, not even a day ago. Like a few questions ago.
Yeah, but
I
the
know,
idea of like
5 minutes.
you start the road trip about why you're being a prude, and then you watch one scene, you're thrown one cum rag, and then one discussion. Now you're kind of into it, which is, hey, it happens.
Yeah.
You're
Well-
in a barn with virile young men and women making quote unquote art. So hey, it could happen, but again, I would have needed a little bit more coaxing.
She
from-
could have thought of it over the night and decided in the
Mhm.
morning. Not that immediately that discussion.
Or he could have, like, she could have seen Jackson's whole big schlong and like, you know what? I changed my mind immediately.
Well, she did comment about RJ's she didn't say it directly, but she said something about the size.
Oh no.
So
We're still talking about the
the
character, right?
Yeah.
could have been. You never know. You never know. I mean, you also saw you'd see later on in the movie Jackson Hole standing up naked.
Yeah.
During the night. And
Oh,
you can see
tripod.
something dangling at the
Thanks.
bottom. No matter what you cover it with, it's still shown.
One of my issues in the movie, but not for that reason. But I'll explain later. Yeah.
Okay. So she just really wanted to say she's not a prude, and she finds it interesting since her director boyfriend seems to say, don't be such a prude, and this is art. I want to make a masterpiece. And she goes, I don't want to just carry equipment. I want to be part of it. So maybe that's why they ran the film right away, because they didn't want her to change her mind.
Mhm.
While it's there, strike while
Makes
the iron's
sense.
hot.
And they didn't
Right.
have light too, right? So they wanted to make sure they got light. So
Exactly. So she asked to participate, upset at RJ. Wayne spoke to him. He eventually agrees, but obviously he's so pissed off and he doesn't want it because she's a good girl. Not like, well, you know what? Don't look down on sex workers. It's not like they do it because it's just because they're bad people.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
mean,
there's
yeah,
hints
it's-
here, like
it's-
during their discussions about it. There,
With
there are
Wayne,
hints
yeah.
about like, yeah, this is this is cheap, this is grotesque. They're only doing it for the money, but there's also conversation between like, you're such a hypocrite. You say you want art, but if you're obviously your crush, are they boyfriend and girlfriend? It wasn't clear.
Yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend.
They're
Yeah, so
boyfriend,
yeah,
girlfriend.
it's yeah, so like
RJ and Church Mouse.
church mouse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say like church mouse, like again, like you're trying to elevate this film, but if it's your investment on the line or your partner on the line, now you change your mind. So
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that dichotomy a little bit.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Pretty
plus
progressive
it's a
thinking
business-
from the 1970s.
Well, so that's the thing. Right now, this wouldn't have been even an issue.
I know.
Yeah.
But now,
But back then, this
back
is like,
then-
all right, good framing for me. Like it's
Yeah.
decent framing all around.
That's right. That's right. So he agrees to shoot the scene between Lorraine and Jackson, but becomes
Jackson, my man.
so
Jackson
furious
Hole.
over her unfaithfulness to him, which is really, you were the one saying it's just a film. It's not love,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, he attempts to leave while the others are asleep, which is such a dick move.
Not even his
However-
car or something. Right? Was it his car? It's Wayne's car,
I
right?
know it's
It's
not his
their car, right?
It's Wayne's
Yeah.
car, yeah. So he is stopped by Pearl. So he tries to help her back in, but she tries to seduce him because she apparently got really, really horny. And when he refuses her, she stabs him.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Yeah,
Lot-
not
I mean,
once.
I thought it was just like one or two. Oh my god, that was a
No.
lot of stabs to the neck.
And I like how the film turned red because supposedly the blood was going to the headlights.
To
And
the
then everything
headlights.
was
Yeah.
I like what they did there. And she just kept stabbing. I think to the point that the head was
Almost
almost
off.
Yeah.
totally decapitated, right? So that's pretty
Death
aggressive. for
number
someone.
1.
So
Mhm.
just remember, if someone refuses you and you're horny, you can stab them. I think that's what this
Okay, good lesson. Good lesson.
right? I mean, just in case it comes in handy, letting you know. As long as you have a farm that no one can visit, you have a lake that you can feed alligators dead bodies. Yeah, pretty much like that. Anyway, so Lorraine and Wayne notice that RJ is missing, so they start to go searching. Wayne searching his briefs, not even wearing shoes, not even a slipper.
That's the main issue I have with this. That
Dude,
and-
Right?
that was awesome.
like,
You want me to
really?
help you? Motherfucking my fucking tidy briefs. Let's fucking go.
What the
Exactly.
heck? But he wears his hat.
Dude,
Let me
But
get
I-
my skivvies.
baka mahamugan siya eh.
Mahamog. Okay. Now for those
eh,
non-Filipino people watching our show, if you guys are probably wondering what hamog is, it's a Filipino term that after hours when it gets dark, technically the temperature gets colder and they don't want you to get sick because of the cold temperature entering your head, especially the top of the head. Because then when you're babies, that's the last thing that kind of forms.
Yeah.
So no scientific proof whatsoever. Just whatever.
It's 100% science.
my grandma said it, so it must be true.
I know, right? And when it's the same thing. When kids have hiccups, you put a thread in your mouth with saliva and put it on the forehead. No idea.
100% science.
Damn. I mean, I love these things. We should discuss that one of these.
Uh,
days. Anyway. So Wayne, being the idiot of him, in tidy whities, gets stabs his foot. Oh, that was so freaking.
That was for me like the most painful one among all of the things, and the hand later. But yeah, that was like stepping on one. You're fucking dumb walking around barefoot in a farm.
In a farm?
in a
Yeah.
farm.
in a farm.
You're gonna step on poop
Poop.
and nails.
Poop would have been
And
lucky for
nails.
him, but he stepped on a freaking
Fucking yeah.
very long nail, which
He
really
could have
nails
been. Yeah, he couldn't have been bothered to wear shoes. At least
mean, he
Jackson
could
wore
be in-
shoes. At least
Jackson
Jackson wore
dressed
shoes.
up. Yeah, I mean, he
Barely,
could've-
he's also barely dressed. But okay. Yeah.
I know that really sucked. So because his foot got stabbed and he kind of sees movement, he goes and
Never.
you're at night inside a barn and you have holes on the floor. Are you going to peep through the holes?
No.
100%.
Dude,
Put
I
your
mean-
eye right in the hole for it to be a super easy target for anything that might enter that particular
Exactly.
hole. 100%.
Ever since Scary Movie, I will never, ever peek in a peephole.
go
You can
around.
peek from afar.
Go around.
Yeah, you can peep from far.
Or just,
So just because he did. So just because he did, he's got a pitchfork through his head, gouging out his eyeballs and obviously killing him on the
pitch was pitch perfect.
But dude, that shot. Imagine there's many holes, and she had to
Yeah.
get it exactly right. to the
It's
eye.
a cinema sin. Like just happened to be the one that you were picking.
I know, right?
Oh man. And of course she went in and kept stabbing him too with the pitchfork.
That's
So
right.
much anger, bro.
No, she stabbed him once just to check, and then later she started burying him with.
Yeah,
a-
double tap, man. At least she knows the rules.
I know. She's good. She's quite good. So while Wayne got killed and skewered by Pearl and eventually pathetically buried, Church Mouse Lorraine goes to the house trying to look for RJ, and Howard sees her and invites her in and claims that Pearl is missing, asks that Lorraine retrieve a flashlight from the basement.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why
Again,
would
no.
it be in the
See, here's the thing
basement?
though.
Creepy guy asks
Telling
you
you
to
to
go
go to their
down.
basement.
Like,
Dude,
go
dude.
to my
Oh.
basement.
He goes
There's a
down,
flashlight.
retrieves the flashlight.
I'm just very disappointed that so this is one of those things where we know we're going to a horror movie and it's 824. I expect a little bit more of trickery on how to bring the small female frail person
Mhm.
down a scary basement.
No, get
Not
the
just
light.
like get a flashlight.
That's
Get a
right.
flashlight in my dark basement, where you probably need a flashlight to find a flashlight.
Okay, but you have to take into consideration this was 1979.
And I guess
So
she was thinking they're old, so nothing would happen. Like
yeah,
prejudiced
old,
against that.
She
correct.
underestimated his power.
Exactly. The power to lock a door.
Yes.
So she realizes that she gets locked in. She tries to go. She tries to go down. Sees a corpse of a man. Screams and attempts to flee because she's been locked in. Howard approaches the guest house. But the yeah, that's I think that's I don't think that the finger got bashed here yet.
Not
right?
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. Okay. So she's just trying to find her way out. Now Howard approaches the guest house and asks for help, and he sees Jackson, right? So Jackson looks up, goes down completely naked, and then says, "Sure, I'm gonna help you find Pearl, but let me," because he's like army guys. You know, the two of them are in serve the army. So he said, "Let's do this for the country," right? So he gets dressed, goes out, tries to look for Pearl. They search somewhere around the lake area, right? So let's see, where's that? Jackson eventually finds a submerged car in the pond.
Red flag number 2.
I know, but then tries to look and then couldn't find Pearl. And he sees a flashlight on the other side of the lake, thinking that Howard must have fallen in and drowned. So he rushed to the lake and tried to look for it. And oh, you're not. I thought that you were gone, and it's good to see that you're alive. And then what Howard did was he lifted his rifle and shot him straight off in the chest.
Bang.
Bang bang.
Goodbye. But at least he's had 3 girls in one night.
One of the easiest. One of the easiest kills I've seen in modern horror.
Like literally, like you're a Marine, dude. You didn't see the gun?
Once
like
a
being
Marine,
point-
always a Marine. Diba?
Yep.
So he basically revealed himself to be aware of what was happening in the farm. So he's not just an accomplice, but he also helps out Pearl with her violent tendencies. So while Pearl enters the guest house, she climbs into Maxine's bed naked and starts touching her, sniffing her, holding her. And Maxine turns, probably thinking it was Wayne, slightly opening her eyes to the horror of finding it's not your boyfriend, it's an old pruny lady that's totally naked.
Like rubbing
Screams.
blood all over your back and butt.
You know, right? And she screams, and Bobby Lynn wakes up and then goes out. She witnesses Pearl fleeing the house. For an old lady with a bad hip, she runs fast. She fucking runs like a fucking athlete. She's fast.
In the dark.
In the dark. I mean, I'll give her plus points because she probably knows the whole place like the back. But the fact that, I would never see my grandma run that fast ever. When she was alive. Never. Anyway. So okay, so they see Pearl fleeing the house. In the farmhouse, Lorraine uses a hatchet to break through a panel in the of the basement door.
That's also a dumb move on the
Dumb,
old guy
dumb.
part. Like, why
I
do you
agree.
have like tools for people to escape your dungeon in the dungeon?
And also, girl, I would cut a hole near the lock.
Yes.
that you
So
don't have
that
to
was the.
bleach.
So I
harder
thought,
one.
like, did you not realize that the knob is
The
near
lock was
here?
on the
Why do you
left
go
side, not the right.
small things? It's the small things that make you go, oh.
Oh, church
Not
Yeah,
only
mouse,
that.
why?
bless your
Not
heart.
only that. He hammers her, or he uses the butt of the gun.
So that's the one
to
that the
mash her
second one that
fingers.
made me.
Yeah.
She leaves.
Exactly.
He leaves. He doesn't. There's a big hole in the door. He doesn't go back up and try to open it again. He didn't cover it up, right? It was just a
Mm.
hole
Yeah.
there.
No.
It was open.
Yeah.
But thinking because I broke your finger, that's it. Oh, I have another hand. Or
Yeah.
maybe I have other fingers. If I'm that
Or
desperate.
adrenaline will just hey, work through the pain, man.
Well, that's
Ah,
happening there. Bobby Lynn follows Pearl outside because she's worried about a old lady with dementia or something. So sees her by the lake, puts a blanket over her because she's naked. Pearl gets angry. I don't need a nurse, and then tells her about her being a whore. And she gets and she slaps Bobby Lynn, and then later pushes her off the pier, where Bobby Lynn becomes the most delicious alligator food in a while,
Pretty
and
big
she
ask to know that the alligator's there.
It's gonna be
Maybe-
there, right there.
Maybe she's been
Oh,
watching
that's
it
true.
swimming before she came in. Like, I don't know,
probably
but a lot of
Probably.
factors. Yeah.
a lot of convenient.
Yes.
that's quite convenient. But that's what made the movie quite concise and tight at 1 hour 20
Yeah.
minutes. Kind of made for me it was all right. I forgave a
alright.
lot of things. Yeah, because we did get to see a lot of eye candy in the previous ones, previous scenes. So
Yeah.
made sense. So pushes her out, and then Howard approaches her and just I told you I don't like blondes. Okay. So Maxine sees Pearl and Howard return to the guest house, hides
The love
hides
story.
under the bed, and that's probably the biggest horror story for me. The elderly couple discuss the murders before they have sex.
Look, who played Howard? Is it one of the actors too, or is it a different
Let's
actor?
check it out.
Looks like a different
Good
guy.
question. Find out. Is it different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw the wiki a while ago.
Okay.
I don't know if he's really
So-
old though. I just know he's like a different guy.
No,
I think it's fake.
it's fake. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't be that ugly when you're old, unless you're old. But
Yeah, his name
still,
is Stephen Yuri.
Steven.
He's
Yeun.
older,
But not that old.
not that old.
Okay.
And while she's under the bed and they're doing the dirty, Maxine manages to flee to the van, where she finds RJ's corpse, but obviously the keys are missing. So she grabs the pistol from the glove box and she enters the farmhouse, frees Lorraine because she was screaming out, who blames Maxine for what happened.
That was kind of weird.
I know.
Church
It's all your
mouse.
fault. Why? Why her, right?
Like the blame could be later. Let's get out of here first.
That's true. And then you really want to do it by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Go for it. Which
With the
She
broken
deserved-
hand.
She deserves what she
good for her,
got.
because the moment that she ran out, she gets shot by the shotgun.
I knew that was gonna happen, but it still looked cool. Like running
Yeah.
out and then
Bang.
like- and I like it
And-
when Church Mouse was being pulled back in, like her lip was blown off. That was cool.
You can see the teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she moved. And then he has a heart attack. Like what?
Well, that was a callback because that's why he shouldn't have sex is his heart. It's Pearl's fault then.
That is true. No, but it wasn't it was Pearl's fault. It wasn't Howard's fault. It was okay. Howard was even able to shoot Church Mouse, right? And okay, so armed with the pistol, da, 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 da. So as Howard and Pearl began moving the bodies, and then wait a minute. Oh fudge.
Oh.
My
RJ?
cat escaped.
RJ? Where's RJ? Where's RJ? Oh, there's RJ.
Ah, damn it. So, what to her?
So
So
there was a
she
standoff.
correct. Lorraine panics, runs out of the front door, only to be fatally shot. As Howard and Pearl began moving the bodies, intent on framing the crew members as intruders, a dying Lorraine startles Howard, who then has a heart attack. She basically goes like that with blood, and then
Yeah.
That was
he
it. That's all it took.
all it
Sex
took.
and a boo.
A death
Exactly.
rattle has killed him. Huh?
exactly. So
I
sad.
guess
sad,
he should just had the sex then, huh? The entire time. Could have saved the whole trouble.
I know. Maxine then comes out with the pistol, retrieves, does a little standoff, but was able to avoid the shotgun blast by Pearl. She gets the,
I like that shot also.
you know,
She gets
My
thrown. down.
hip.
basically, you know, she points the gun and says, "Where are the car keys?" It's in the kitchen. While Pearl's so sad about her husband, gets the car keys and then, you know, "You're gonna pay for what you did. You're evil." "No, you're the one who's evil. You're the whore." Blah blah blah. "Don't say we're just the same." And then when she tries to pull the trigger on the pistol, it was actually empty.
A lot of use that is.
Grabs the gun, shoots, but Maxine did a bullet time call there and avoids it.
Oh, it was. I think it was high too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
high because obviously it was in the motion of going up. Plus, the moment you shoot, a shotgun's quite strong. It's really gonna push you up.
Not quite as
Yeah.
strong as how far she flew.
That's like
She was
a
frail. She was
It's
tiny.
unbelievable.
Dude,
that's like the
it's
that's
not
like the
gonna-
noisy cricket. He's like
it's not gonna-
MIB.
not
Remember
gonna
MIB?
take- It's not gonna take you
It's
off
like
your feet.
she's the one who was shot by.
She can fall down, maybe, but not like
Yeah.
blown off through the doors and land outside the
Much,
house.
much more cool that way.
The recoil.
Nonetheless,
It did the
it would've-
best.
Yeah. But yeah.
the uber force of that shotgun
The noisy
blasts
cricket.
her out of the house and breaks her hip as she lands on the ground. So as Pearl lies injured outside, she begs for Maxine for help. Maxine refuses, gives her the finger. As Pearl continues to berate her, Maxine does a reversal and runs over Pearl's head, crushing it. And she drives away from the farm. Next day, police arrive to retrieve the bodies. They see they couldn't make sense as to what has happened, and they reveal that
They find a camera.
they found the camera with a film
Oh no.
onto it. And it also revealed on the TV, you know, with the preacher.
Yeah.
Maxine is the daughter of a conservative Christian preacher whose speeches were frequently played on Pearl and Howard's television.
I
And-
had to rewind that a little
Maxine
bit because I
usually
didn't.
uses.
I thought it was
lines,
Pearl. I thought it was a young Pearl, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
no, it
apparently
was
the
Maxine.
Maxine was the one that was like.
Well, that could be it as well. But yeah, it's basically Maxine because the picture was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pearl's too old to be the preacher's daughter.
Yeah. And she's like, I hate the Lord.
Yeah.
I
I
thought it
mean,
was
there are
gonna
a
be-
lot of cheesy lines, and
Yeah. I thought when she was doing the coke while driving, like, oh, you survive, but you're gonna die of an
Yeah,
accident.
I thought that as well.
I was
Same
like,
Arnie.
some
come
like
on.
Final Destination
Yeah,
kind of
it's,
thing.
Yeah.
it's a close because it could have been a nice closed film. I didn't know about the prequel, so you know
Prequel.
if they're doing a prequel, they might do a sequel.
Oh no.
Maxine.
I mean,
It's two,
yeah,
right?
that Maxine too. I mean, all right. I
Two
think that's
Mandela.
Two,
that's
That's-
two Pearl, two Furious,
two
Pearl,
Pearl
two
Period.
right? Two Maxine or maximum effort, but
Maximum.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's do a round of just like initial reaction, what you thought about the film, Arnie.
Well, it's basically two movies. Like the first part is the porno, and then they did the musical number like Filipino movies, and then the horror
Yeah.
part. The horror part reminded me of our film in high school. Not the porn, but the Anino ng Araw, the one we did for school. Like
Little
gonna feel-
spoiler: Arnie probably did a porn in high school too.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But yeah, it's like the way Howard and Pearl picked off each character. It's just basically what we did for a 10-minute film,
True.
and it just gave some good memories, I guess. But I mean, it's a decent movie. It's not a movie that I would go to the theaters and watch. Like, to be honest, if it weren't for this assignment, probably won't watch the whole movie. But yeah, it's a nice popcorn flick if you're into horror.
How about you, CHUBAX?
Yeah, I know I'm conflicted with this. It looked good. There were a lot of. The concept was great. There were a lot of nice scenes as well. Like the discussion during the night was good. Lots of scene with some of the shots are also cool, creepy, but just not enough. Like it wasn't as creative. Like even the scary shots were. There can be a lot more creative than that. You know what I mean? Like, but this one was just straight up. Two old people wanted to kill them for some
Yep.
Yeah,
not even very very explored reason. Just the horn. the,
it's the horn. It's a love story.
Jay?
It wasn't a love story. It
One
was
second.
Just
How about you,
Sorry?
Jay?
well, I would not watch this film if it weren't for this homework.
Yeah.
Save the porn film. Very interesting. Uh, very typical farmer's daughters. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the old Betamax and laser discs that I sneak watched when I was a kid. That belonged to my older cousins and my dad even. So
Yeah.
that's what I kind of remembered it by. But the horror bit, it had jump scares, not bad.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Bloody
It's not-
gruesome,
yeah.
but I just can't put it together that old couples are that cunning and
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. To take out one, maybe like the director. Okay, because it was unexpected, but everybody else,
The Marine.
Okay, fine. Jackson
Or-
was done in by a
a
gunshot.
gun. Yeah.
Fair. Anyone would have.
Yeah, a Marine to be jumped like that is a little too convenient. But
Yeah.
the more that I thought about it, this is a very simplistic
Yeah.
Yeah.
movie that oh, are you done, Jay? Other thoughts before I
Yeah,
jump in
well,
with mine?
almost there. But it's just really more of I just couldn't believe that. Yeah, these old couple. The motive was just very weak
Yeah.
You know what I think?
for
I
me. The
think,
motive was just weak though, because
no,
we're not.
I think it was because of the prequel. I think no. They took out a lot of their backstory. They just said, "Oh, we'll show
okay.
this on the prequel." So it did the service to
Okay.
this film because we don't have. There's no context. You know, this is usually
How crazy they
Yeah.
are.
there's
Yeah.
usually like the aha moment in the movie where this is why they're like this. And there
Yeah.
wasn't that really
That's
here because I think they were saving it for the prequel, which became deterrent in this.
I agree.
The one got fucked up for.
Anything
Go
else, Jay?
ahead. Yeah.
So I'm on the opposite of Arnie. I think this is exactly the movie that you watch with a group of friends in a movie theater with popcorn when you're like in high school trying to bring
Look at
somebody
boobs.
out on a date, right? It's like one of those things where
No, I agree, John. I wouldn't watch this by myself in a theater.
yes,
I
exactly.
I
Yeah.
watch it with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things like
Okay.
it's a group date, or
Like-
you're in high
yeah.
school, you're
Like
trying to make moves, or in
Robinson's
college,
Galleria date. Yeah. Oh, sure.
you're trying to make moves, you're trying to be with maybe a second or third date, or you're young and it's your first girlfriend,
Who
because
got-
it's basically super basic. Like
Mhm.
you have the movie itself was shot very well. It's A24. They have a certain
Yeah.
quality of filming that they kind of do. They have some artistic cuts where they kind of interlay
Yeah.
the porno and what's happening in the house, and how it's how the place is being seen, and there's a lot of really really cool
Yeah.
symbolisms and things that you can do for the movie. But the movie is just put a bunch of hot actors and actresses, get a bunch of fucking done, and get a bunch of killing done in the end.
Yeah.
I wish it were a little bit more creative on the killing end,
Yeah.
but it's not. But I think it's just like they wanted to elevate both parts. Like, you don't want it to be a full slasher film, you don't want it to be a full NC-17 or R-rated movie film, so you kind of have a middle ground of both, because these are pretty popular, very well acted actresses, and young at that point too. So like, just the prospect of seeing Jenna Ortega humping and Britney Snow naked, everybody, like all 13, 14, 15-year-olds will just start watching this movie
We didn't see
immediately. And
Jenna
then you have that
Ortega,
little
though.
slasher film at the end that kind of like just ties it in. Again, it's just, for me, pedantic. It's not like, do I wish that they made the story much more symbolic, or the killings much more deep? Like, no. It's like, in the end, like the entire, like that girl in screaming in the dungeon for the entire, nobody heard that person. Like, nobody, it's an empty
It is a
barn.
farm, so
Quiet
Yeah.
barn.
Or the shotgun that killed Jackson. Like, somebody got shot.
It would
Maybe-
echo in the emptiness of the
Yeah.
night.
Right.
So,
So many things, but in
if-
the end, like, you have attractive, strong actors, you have a semi-passable plot, filmed well, little bit of gore, little bit of sex, and then you have a very tight 80-minute movie. I think
Yeah.
it is like a cool, like, it's an art film flick that you go to an Alamo Draft House or go to a Nighthawk, drink beer and watch this with your friends, and get them a little bit horny, get them a little bit scared. I think it was it was popular for a reason, and I think the
Yeah.
reason is because it's basic. So
yeah.
could have been better, though. Could have been better. And I when I started watching this, I normally try not to see how long the movie is, so I don't know when the stuff starts happening. But after the first like 10-15 minutes, it's like, oh, it's just like, so it's just like fucking and drugs and some killing at the end. It's like, I'm not gonna enjoy this. And then I popped in, how like I pressed the remote and see, oh shit, only 58 minutes left. Cool. All right, I'll watch it. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, no problem. All right. Yeah, but that's it. Anything else before we start rating this movie and giving out some awards too?
Oh.
Right. Let's start with each person gives their favorite sex scene and favorite death scene. Let's start with you, Jay.
So we're favorite sex scene.
You only have 3 choices. You have 4.
4.
Oh, there's 4.
I know what you're gonna pick. It's Pearl and Howard.
what's the
Roland
three?
Howard. Okay,
were the
for
three?
the actual 3.
Uh,
Maxine.
Oh, we have each one. Maxine, Church Mouse, and
Did they
Bobby
show
Lynn.
much in Church
Bobby Lynn.
Mouse scene?
They didn't.
it's still a sex scene. She didn't
Yeah,
show.
but
She didn't.
There was
naked,
no
but,
scene.
It-
There was
it-
just like the shot of her in
Yeah,
it was
in
not-
undress,
it-
right? And then it got
It was implied. It was implied.
yeah, it was just implied.
Still a thing.
No, but it's not a scene. I
Jay.
mean.
So, but the full scene is really Bobby Lynn. But I'm not into Bobby Lynn. I think Maxine was better.
All right, so you're Maxine and your death scene.
Favorite death scene. Favorite death scene is Pearl's death.
Mm.
The
She flies
backing
out,
up.
breaks her hip, and then gets her head smashed. And I love it how it really goes back and then just squashed like a freaking watermelon.
I like that too. CHUBAX.
I'll go with Brittany Snow. I like her better.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then the death scene is, I mean, it would have been Jenna Ortega, but that's not a scene. So, death scene. A lot of stupid death scenes. Fuck it, let's go with Howard.
Yeah. Like you got my pick. You got my
Let's
pick.
go- let's go with
The
Howard.
choke and then the heart attack. Okay.
I mean, it
Oh.
was well unexpected. Well done.
Yeah. It's just like
Um,
having Freddy Krueger have a heart attack before he kills you. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
I know, right?
we've never seen unique. We've never seen it before.
Yeah.
I mean, from a killer's perspective. So yeah.
Uh, Arnie?
Brittany Snow, because
Oh, we got
like I
2 and
said,
2 here.
she was a crush back in American
Mhm.
Dreams and Pitch Perfect.
What's American Dreams?
It was a show. That's I think it's one of her first roles, and I watched that show just for her. And then
Oh, okay.
death scene. Yeah, you picked Howard already. Let's see. Mm,
It's okay if you like.
Church
If that's
Mouse.
your favorite.
Church
I'll,
Mouse.
I'll go with I'll go with
Church
Church Mouse because it's like dumb, 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 dumb.
Yeah, like
Uh,
he earned it.
She earned.
yeah.
You did.
Brittany Snow was the Brittany Snow scene is my favorite because I still cannot take her. Like she's in Pitch Perfect,
Yeah.
and then like her post scene when she was like, "Hey babe, like you weren't that great of an actress. It's all acting, baby." And she started like, oh, "I'm a really good actress." So she's my favorite among all. Like Church Mouse was my favorite death scene because even though it was telegraphed, like as soon as you run out of that screen door, you're gonna get shot.
Yep.
I was still surprised, and it looked good all
It
the
looked-
way up to like being pulled back into the home and being the cause of Howard's death. That's why that's my
There we
favorite
go.
death scene.
The Uno
I,
reverse
the one
card.
that I hated the most, yeah, the one that I hated the most is fucking Jackson Hole because that's such a crappy way to
Yeah.
die
You survived
It's like-
Vietnam. You got
and to
killed.
be like shot point blank with that easily by an old guy. Come on, man. I was like, they did Jackson Hole dirty.
Yeah.
After doing so much work, he did the most work in this fucking day.
No, and he was so
Yeah, so-
cool, and then he was even cooler when he was naked, and then when he changed, he put in like white shorts and then a white shirt. Like it looked bad.
It's one of those things. But all right, let's do our final round of ratings and close this episode out. I'll start with you, Arnie. How would you rate X?
I would say a good 7, a solid 7. Like I said, now that you put it into context, yeah, I would probably watch it with you guys during if you guys remember the old VCD days, we probably watch it in a VCD or maybe Robinson's Galleria or something. But definitely it won't be something that I would watch by myself. And again, I wouldn't even watch the movie if it weren't for this assignment. But I was pleasantly surprised. It's not pirates, so that's that's the lowest standard. But yeah. It's again, it's 2 different movies in one, sandwiched with the song number, not song and dance, song number. So that's good.
I basically skipped the song number. I did a forward.
Good love and it took it down.
I even had to Google like was the song out during that time? It was.
It was.
No, actually, for me, I wanted to like, oh, it's probably just chorus.
Yeah.
And then forward.
Tyson.
No,
But
forward. What the fuck? How long are they gonna sing this for?
Yeah, they paid for the whole song, man.
I know. Shit. Man.
That's all the budget.
Yeah.
Right,
How about you, CHUBAX?
I would give it.
Deep in thought.
I'd give it a 6. I'll make it a 5.
Wow.
Just because
wow.
it's not that bad, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah. There you
Mm.
go.
Which makes it, go down a little bit lower on the. Because as you know, the past few pandemic years, I've been watching a lot of horror. So
Yeah, you're the horror guy.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
not.
What? You've been watching a lot of what? Horror.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
You need to
horror.
watch a lot more porn to appreciate this then.
Yeah, I
You watch a lot
mean-
of horrors.
They did great. They did a great cinematography, the shots, the editing.
The cinema, yeah.
But the story was just straight up. The kills
Yeah,
weren't
it was
that
so bland.
creative. Even the creepiness, it was more cringeworthy than creepiness. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give Pearl a shot though. So I want to see the trailer. I was looking for the trailer. It wasn't uploaded yet.
Sorry, the prequel. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you gotta give it.
Pearl.
No, he did say he wants Pearl. That's
Yeah, I know. I
Pearl.
heard that.
I mean, it's gonna be Mia Goth again as Pearl.
yeah,
But-
it is. So
$2. If they had committed with the church mouse having a full scene, would the score be higher?
9.
9.
Yeah, because I mean, hear me out. Because remember that discussion part, right? So it was a big deal in that discussion, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
was
like-
surprised.
It was like a tease, right? But understandable. I
Well,
mean,
maybe because it's not. It's gonna hurt her because it's probably poking all the way down to her solar plexus, so
yeah,
true.
she can't do a lot of scenes.
Yeah,
And it's nighttime.
I
Yeah.
will tickle your belly button from the inside.
I'll
Jay?
tickle your rib cage.
Freaking, you guys are old guys, man. Let it go.
Are we?
I am. Jay, your rating?
RJ.
I agree with CHUBAX. I didn't really enjoy this. I'm thankful I watched this with headphones on. With so many mowing. My wife would probably think I was watching fucking porn.
Which you are.
Technically,
Kind of was. Yeah, kind of was. Kind of
The
was.
title is X.
But it lacked. It's
Oh, Halo.
it's not horror in the sense that it's horror. It's not so much of a thriller. It's just some crazy horny old dudes, which plus the fact that they had sex. I'd drop it to a 4, but okay, fine, give it justice. I'll give it a 5. I will not recommend this to anyone else if they were to watch it alone. But if you want to watch a film with a group of guys go for it. I think you guys are gonna have fun discussing it as well, like as much as we are right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, deserves a 5. I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna say it's all completely horrible. The cinematography, the aspects,
Yeah.
the film looked really
The
shot
filter
like
they used, huh?
79. So
That's a
That was
nice
good.
filter. I actually believe it's from the 70s. Yeah.
yeah, even the makeup and the hairstyles, it's quite
Mhm.
in the hat. It was all kind of consistent. It
Yeah.
was consistent. So I'll give them the plus points for that. But everything else really brought it down to a 5.
Yeah.
Plus the naked scene of Pearl and Howard.
I'm
It's the best
surprised.
scene ever.
Did Howard
It's
have
the best scene.
Viagra at that time? I mean, seriously, if he's
You
that
didn't
old,
need it to.
maybe.
I'm giving this a 6. Again, it's decent. It's short, it's concise, it looks pretty, it has amazing actors and actresses in it. But again, like as mentioned a while ago, they could have been. I wish they leaned in heavier on both ends. Make
Mm.
the sex scenes actual sex scenes, and make the horror scenes a little bit more creative. So if they did either one of those, so you can go into a lane, because now you make art movies that are just so that you be pro sex, or be open to whatever, or you make like really really gruesome and creative deaths to make it an actual horror. Because like again, like this is not, it's not sexy enough to be like an artistic porn movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not horror enough to make it like an actual scary
Yeah.
horror movie. So
Yeah.
if you're, but I think it's a good first foray. So if
Yeah.
Ty West keeps doing this more and more with like different actors and hones in a little bit more, it's entertaining,
Yeah.
particularly just because it's super short. So
Would you
it's
say
one of
it's
those mini
a?
popcorn movies.
Would you say it's campy, like a Sam Raimi movie?
No, but I like the idea that
enough
this is-
because
No, but I like this tone, that the reality of everything that they did, like even like making the porn scenes, like, all right, I've had enough of this of this angle, flip her over. So like all of those things, like it grounds it, it makes it real. But
Yeah.
again, it's not committing to either end,
Yeah.
And again, like two of the deaths were just literally face to face, like the first death. Pearl just literally stabbed the director in the neck, face to face, dead on. And then same thing with Jackson Hole, just fucking blew his chest out face
Yeah,
to
it
face.
would have
with,
been
like,
okay if it was done once and then the other stuff are different. But
Yeah.
a lot of basic kills and convenient kills. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Maybe again, more creative kills, more things like, oh, okay, that was the first time I've seen that.
Yeah. Or maybe
Um,
better motivation. I mean, come
yeah.
on. Just
Hey, it's a horror movie. They're
yeah.
two crazy old people. Totally fine if it's super basic, but you don't
Yeah.
make everything else basic. But yeah, I mean, right. These are our ratings. I think we had like a solid week. Again, as a reminder, if you guys want to join us next week in our discussion, we will have the first few episodes of Obi-Wan, as well as the
Kenobi.
amazing Oscar-worthy performance of Jared Leto in the Sony movie called Morbius.
Okay,
It's
now
just
I'm
one of those
afraid
things.
to watch Morbius.
dude,
I've seen it, so I'm
can you
excited about what
imagine?
you guys think.
He took out an hour just to go to the bathroom because he was in his wheelchair or crutches.
Wheelchair, all of
So,
this,
so
what do you call this?
during
Method acting.
breaks, yeah, he was method acting. It took him an hour just to get to the bathroom because he wouldn't walk normally.
There you go.
So it should
Wow.
Okay,
translate
let me
to,
just ask a
to great
question.
acting,
Let me
right?
ask a question before I watch Morbius. Will any other producer or any film producer get him for another superhero movie?
They're
Or
good.
super
They're gonna
villainous
make
movie?
a Sinister Six movie. So somebody must like them.
Jared
Again,
Leto, you mean?
you guys watch it because I've seen it.
Well, he was no, no, he's not the Joker, right? From the
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the Joker.
Yeah,
he's
he
the
is.
Joker in the
I
Suicide
know,
Squad.
that's why. I'm just
Haircut.
saying after that Joker.
Yeah. That's too much method.
I know. Right?
Let's
Sorry.
do our final goodbyes, Arnie.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's a weird Halo episode or Halo series and a weird movie, but hey, it was fun. Fun discussing it with you guys.
RJ.
As always, I enjoyed spending time with my brothers and watching all the weird stuff that we watch together. Sometimes it's awesome. Other times it's hard to
Pirates.
swallow. But
That's
you
what
know
she said.
what? That's what she said. So you guys, leave your comments. Let us know if it is also hard to swallow for you guys.
Hey, they can't all be winners, CHUBAX.
Yeah, like RJ said, some are these homeworks we have are some are good, some are bad, but talking about them is always fun. I still can't forget our pirates discussion because that's one
Oh
of
my
the
God.
best times I've ever had. So we don't
That
need a
would make
great
me
movie.
stabby. That would
We
make
just
me stab people. Like, oh, this movie makes me want to stab people.
We need to do like a yearly rewatch of
I
the
don't think
Pirates
I've ever
of
laughed
the
more than
And
pirates.
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
That was
the
that one
prisoners
too.
of the Ghostland.
So yeah,
My God.
I really enjoyed. So
All right. Thank you very much again for joining us this episode. Do not forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, hit that notification bell so that you can be informed when our videos drop. Again, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/plus63hp. We are in all of the major social media networks. Just search at +63hp on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We are also on your favorite podcasting app, +63hp. Subscribe to us there, leave us a review. It helps us with the algorithms. Again, every Tuesdays we have a reviews episode. Wednesdays is our D&D, and Thursdays is our reacts episode where we react to cool trailers, videos, and snippets. Lots of content, and on occasion we'll drop special one-shots reacting specifically to amazing trailers or short shows. We did watch along with Moon Knight. We reacted to the She-Hulk trailer. So we have a lot of content for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully you join us in creating this community of like-minded individuals who want to enjoy content with their friends and family. With that, thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye.
Later, Gators.
Donut.
Muppet.